Hi, I'm Kate Eggleston from Housing Opportunities Made Equal. We held an event here in which I read A Pig is Moving In by Claudia Fries to community children. I'm going to read the story now, but please stay tuned for the best part, which is the children's reaction after the story. A Pig is Moving In by Claudia Fries. One morning, as Henrietta Hen was hanging out her wash, Dr. Fox greeted her with exciting news. "A new neighbor is moving into our building today." "Oh dear," said Henrietta. "I hope it is someone quiet and tidy." Nick Hare popped his head out the window. "A clean cat or an orderly mole would be nice." Soon they heard the new tenant arriving. Nick Hare, Dr. Fox, and Henrietta Hen all hid at the top of the stairs to get a glimpse of their new neighbor. When they saw him, they couldn't believe their eyes. He was not a clean cat. He was not an orderly mole. Nor was he a fox, a hen, or a hare. "Oh my!" gasped Henrietta. "It's a pig! A pig is moving in!" "That won't do at all. Everyone knows that pigs are messy and dirty and sloppy." Dr. Fox and Nick Hare nodded in agreement. Later that day, Dr. Fox met the pig carrying firewood. Dr. Fox walked by fast and didn't say hello, but he did slow down enough to see what the pig was up to. And he wasn't a bit surprised when the pig dropped some pieces of wood on the sidewalk. Dr. Fox went to complain to Henrietta Hen. "What a mess," he said. "That pig has left wood all over our sidewalk." "Oh dear," said Henrietta. She went out and looked, but she couldn't see any wood. Dr. Fox must have swept it up, she thought. But it was the pig who had swept up the mess. Then he went up to his apartment to build a nice, warm fire. Next, it was Henrietta Hen's turn to meet the pig. He was carrying 2 heavy bags of groceries. She didn't say hello to him either, but she did sneak under the stairs to see what the pig would do this time. And she wasn't a bit surprised when he dropped a bag of flour at the bottom of the stairs. It burst open with a puff and a splat. Henrietta Hen went to complain to Nick Hare. "What a mess," she said. "That pig has left our front hall covered in flour." "How dreadful!" exclaimed Nick. He went out and looked, but he couldn't see any flour. Henrietta must have cleaned it up, he thought. But it was the pig who had swept and mopped the floor. Then he went into his kitchen to bake cinnamon cookies. Not long after, Nick Hare met the pig. He walked slowly behind the pig so that he wouldn't have to say hello, but he did wait to see what would happen. He couldn't believe his eyes. The pig was carrying mud into his apartment. The mud was dripping all over the floor, and the pig walked right through it, leaving a trail of hoof prints behind him. Nick Hare went to complain to Dr. Fox and Henrietta Hen. "What a mess," he said. "That pig has left mud all over our stairs." "Disgusting," agreed Dr. Fox and Henrietta Hen, shaking their heads. But when they went out and looked, they couldn't see any mud. Nick must have cleaned it up, they said. But it was the pig who had scrubbed the stairs 3 times over. And it wasn't mud, it was clay. The pig was taking it up to his workshop to make pottery. "That does it," declared Henrietta, Nick, and Dr. Fox. "If a pig wants to live in our building, he must behave properly. Otherwise, he will have to go." And they marched upstairs to tell him. They rang the doorbell. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. "Oh, hello," said the pig. He was surprised to have visitors so soon. Dr. Fox, Henrietta Hen, and Nick Hare were about to complain when the door opened wider. A sweet smell of cinnamon floated out, and they heard a fire crackling in the pig's living room. "We noticed a mess in the hallway," began Dr. Fox. "Oh, I do apologize," said the pig, "and I hope I've cleaned everything up thoroughly." Dr. Fox, Henrietta Hen, and Nick Hare looked at one another in surprise. "So it wasn't you who swept up the wood," said Henrietta to Dr. Fox. "And it wasn't you who cleaned up the floor." "And it wasn't you who cleaned up the flour," said Nick to Henrietta. "And it wasn't you who washed away the muddy hoof prints," said Dr. Fox and Henrietta to Nick. Very embarrassed, they realized that the pig had cleaned everything up himself. "My name is Theodore," said the pig. "Will you join me for tea?" So they did. Dr. Fox, Henrietta Hen, and Nick Hare went into Theodore's bright, clean kitchen and helped him set out tea and cookies. They admired all the cups and pots he had made in his workshop. "I have a new game we could play," said Theodore. When he got it out, Henrietta was so flattered to see that he had made a special playing piece for each of his new neighbors. "You have a lovely apartment, Theodore," said Nick Hare, biting into another cookie. "It's a beautiful place," echoed Dr. Fox and Henrietta Hen. They were happily imagining all the cozy afternoons they were going to spend together. What a wonderful new neighbor they had. The end.
It was about a pig moving in to a new apartment. The rest of the animals were thinking the pig was sloppy and it would be dragging mud all over the place. You can't judge someone just by what they look like or what you heard from someone, what they say.
It was about racism. And when a pig moved in, they thought that he was going to drag mud all over the place. They were just judging him because pigs are sloppy. Because they always leave mud everywhere. He only did it by mistake, but he cleaned it up.
They didn't like the pig because they thought it was slimy. Because it rolls in mud.
The book was about it was these animals who were judging the pig because they thought he was messy. They're saying they won't talk to him like he's so messy.
And he spilled stuff.
But he cleaned it up. But they thought it was another person who cleaned it up, but it was really him.
I've been judged how I climb the monkey bars because sometimes I do the monkey bars like this, and I do it because it helps me get moved to the next one, They're saying that you should be doing it like this and grabbing. We have different personalities and we're not the same. It makes me feel a little disappointed in them because they're my friends.
When we were in Henderson, North Carolina, we went to stop to go to the bathroom, me, my mom, and my dad. And when I went into the bathroom, something bad was on the part where they keep the toilet paper. It said, "Pull the trigger, kill the N-word." Because you're not supposed to do that. That's like illegal. Because they know kids might see that, so they shouldn't have done that.
At my school, I was at the playground, and they said that they thought I'd be mean. And then they got to know me, and they said I was nice. I felt sad. Don't judge people by the way they look.
Don't judge anybody or talk about anybody. Just keep your dirty comments to yourself.
Don't judge somebody because of what you think before you meet them. So, don't judge a book by its cover.
Thank you for listening to the story. And now I challenge you to reach out to the children in your life to talk to them about discrimination and get their reaction. Because where you live makes all the difference.